I went to Berea College and then I married a guy and then we bought a farm and a small one. And that's when I was able to actually start to garden by the moon. And, I found the Llewellyn's book and met farmers that actually did plant by the moon. The main thing is that there's the phases of the moon, so the first, second, third, and fourth quarter, and each quarter has it's something that you plant and or an event that you do in the gardening. The moon goes through certain zodiac signs in these quarters. Each zodiac sign is either fruitful, semi-fruitful, or barren. And you would obviously not want to plant in the barren signs, and you would want to plant in the fruitful signs. And if you plant in a barren sign, you could possibly get not as much emergence of your little seeds. The Llewellyn's moon sign book's very helpful, like to be able to map it out for yourself. Not only do they write it out specifically, but they give you also other stuff around and about to find your way. If you can do it, it's really helpful.
I'm from Haywood County, North Carolina. I was a junior and sitting in on a class that had mostly seniors. One of the trustees of Berea College brought a new faculty member by the name of Thomas Kreider to our small high school in 1952. And he spoke about Berea College being a place where you could work your way through. And not having any money at all, I knew that might be for me. So that was the only place I applied to college and got in. And here I came in 1954. Anyhow, we had another neighbor upstream from us. She was an outstanding gardener and bean grower and during that time. But I said to Lucy one day, Alexander is her last name, Lucy Alexander, seems to me like you always grow better beans than I do. And she said, well, I've also noticed that you almost always plant in the wrong signs. And so I said, I'll bring my calendar over to your house. She lived about a quarter mile upstream. And you can mark on my calendar and I'll start planting by the signs. And so I did. And that fall, I said, Lucy, it looks to me like this year that my beans were better than yours. And she said, well, they ought to be. You have better ground than I do. She always planted in the signs or in the arms, Gemini. And I might add that I've always been a believer in planting by the signs, but I had never felt that I had enough time to really zero in on it because I was teaching at Berea and administering at Berea, and I would frequently just get my beans in the ground whenever I was able to because of the sun. But I clearly did have a better crop when I was able to plant by the signs.